People don't understand how
Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. Got a crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coin's on my mind. My coin base the upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, known to the man. Emptying on my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash rates ring. Ride the blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the profit.
if you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but, we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
You gotta get this money on.
Yo, what up? Taking over. I'm taking over her page, fam. Nah. So Ash is traveling today. I wanted to make sure I got on and started talking to y'all about, what was going on. Peace to everybody that's in the chat, right? Make sure y'all run it up. For sure. I'm not gonna be in for too long, but I wanted to make sure I give you guys some updates. What's going on? So if you're coming in here right now, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. Make sure you guys are sharing the live, fam. Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, sharing the live. Make sure you guys run it up. I got to put y'all on to what's going on. It's not too much crazy news, but it's enough to, get the wheels turning, right? It's enough to get it going. So that's why I'm on. So make sure you're double tapping the screen. Make sure you're sharing the live. Peace to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all running it up. Let's get the 10K likes. We get the 10K likes. I'm gonna start running it for y'all, right? Because I got a couple things to go over today. One being the largest U.S. Bitcoin miner dumps entire Bitcoin stash as margin pressure intensifies. So the largest U.S. Bitcoin miner dumping crazy. So what's that about, right? Other thing I'm gonna go over is what's this? 40% of the S&P 500 value sits in just 10 stocks. So 40% of the entire stock market is sitting in like just 10 stocks, pretty much, the S&P anyway. And Bitcoin could fill the shop next. And then we got some Binance news because Binance is adding on those tokenized stocks in the latest RWA push, fam. So that's something to look out as well. In addition, WisdomTree gets SEC approval for round-the-clock trading of tokenized MMFs, right? And then Vitalik Buterin sold 17,000 Ethereum in 1 month after the earmarking $45 million for privacy. And then the last thing I'm gonna go over is Better and Framework Ventures reached around a $500 million stablecoin mortgage financing deal. So mortgage financing deals on the blockchain, fam. So peace to everybody that's in the chat. What's good? Make sure y'all double tapping the screen. Make sure y'all sharing the live. We're gonna get into it. So the first thing I'm gonna go over, are we at 10K? Let's get to 10K, yo. Let's get to 10K. Right? Yeah, I know if Ash was here, she'd be like, come on now. Make sure y'all running it up over there on TikTok. Peace to y'all on YouTube as well. Who we got on YouTube? Peace to we got Florida on YouTube. All right. I don't even get TikTok notifications no more. Yeah. I know it's crazy, yo. I know. You know what I mean? But they listen, whoever's in here is in here, right? Whoever been rocking with us is rocking with us. So you already know. Just share out the live. Share out the live. The more you guys share out the live, the more people will actually, gravitate and know what's going on, right? We know we shadow ban to a degree because of what we're doing and how we're putting people on game and how we're just making it easy for people to get a part of, be a part of this transition that's happening. Because this is a massive transition, family. This is a massive transition. It's probably one of the biggest transitions, I've ever seen in my lifetime, right? I'm pretty sure some of you guys may have, if you're a little bit older, you may have seen something similar, but this is probably even bigger than that, right? So now it's very, very, very imperative that you get on board, right? Whether you get the information from us, whether you get it from the next person, it's time to get on board. It's no reason why in 2026, you guys have phones, you guys have the internet, you guys have all these resources, and we're not tapping into the things that will help us get to the next level and help us progress, right? It's all about progress, right? We got to stay healthy mentally. We got to stay healthy spiritually. We got to stay healthy just all the way around, fam, all the way around, right? It don't matter who you are, what your background is, fam. you can get some skin in the game. Okay. All right. So we almost at 10K. I'm gonna get started. I appreciate y'all for running it up. Just keep running it up, y'all. Like I said, Ash is traveling today. We should be back on schedule tomorrow. And shout out to everybody that was in class the other day. You should have got the email, right? Yeah, Kween is traveling. Kween is traveling. No worries, no worries. She gives her blessings. She gives her blessings. Shout out to Crypto KB over there on TikTok. Whoever was in class the other day, you guys should have got the email yesterday. You guys should have got the email yesterday with the replay. If you did not get the email with the replay and the link for tomorrow's follow-up call, make sure you send me a message. Make sure you hit us up or somewhere or another, fam. Somewhere or another. So thanks for the DeFi email video. Oh, yeah, for sure. Got you. All right. So make sure you hit me up if you did not get that notification or that email, right? Make sure y'all running it up. Let's run up the likes. Let's run up the shares, fam. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to go over for sure is let me share my screen. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin dumping over here. This is pretty wild. Because when I saw this, I was like, dang, man, this is happening right here. So basically, what happened is, hold on, let me go to my notes. Real quick. Give me a second. And make sure y'all double tapping the screen. Make sure y'all sharing the live. Make sure y'all running it up. So basically, just in a nutshell, what happened is the largest Bitcoin mining company by hash rate is called Bitdeer. They just sold all of his Bitcoin, fam. They went from holding over 2,000 Bitcoin to 0. That's a major signal, family. That's a major freaking signal, right? So how much Bitcoin did they sell? They sold a total of 943 Bitcoin from reserves, 189 Bitcoin newly mined. So and altogether, that was 1132, and the estimated value was between 68 and 79 million dollars. So based on Bitcoin being around 60, 70K range, so you're talking about 70 to 80 million dollars they just sold off, fam. What do they know? So why this matters is because Bitcoin miners usually keep some Bitcoin, right? They treat it like a treasury reserve. So think of the company, as a savings account. So it helps them survive the bad months. It helps them, bet on higher Bitcoin prices and shows confidence in the market overall. So when a miner sells everything, it sends a clear-cut message. So the message that we're seeing here is the company wants cash now and more Bitcoin later. So that usually means a lot of pressure, fam, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. Hey, man, it is what it is. This is why we go over this stuff every single day, so you guys understand what's going on, right? Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. Make sure you guys are sharing the live. So the mining companies have expenses in regular USD. So they must pay for electricity. They got to pay for employees, machines, facilities, repairs, but their income comes from Bitcoin. So they constantly face the decision whether to hold BTC or sell it, right? The core problem right now is that mining profits are shrinking. So the key metric miners watch is called the hash price. So that basically means how much money a miner earns per unit of computing power. And then right now, the hash price is around $34 PH per day. So even if, and that's a close to break even for many miners. So why profits are dropping? Because we got more competition out here. It's more comp. The global mining power hash rate keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. So that makes it harder for people to earn Bitcoin. And difficulty changes, right? The Bitcoin network recently had wild swings, the huge difficulty drop, and then that huge jump, right? That makes planning extremely difficult, moving forward. If that's all you're counting on is just Bitcoin's price, that makes shit, mad difficult moving forward. So then earlier BTC was around like 90K, right? Now it's closer to that 60, 65K. The revenue dropped and the costs are staying high. So why Bitdeer needed the cash is because at the same time they sold Bitcoin, they also raised money. So they announced a $325 million convertible debt and sold shares. So they are restructuring their finances, where the money is going. So the company just isn't mining Bitcoin anymore. They are investing in data centers, AI computing, high performance computing, and new mining chips. This is where the future is heading. And I'm pretty sure because, listen, over in Jersey, where I'm from, I just seen that they shut down planning for a data center. So they're really trying to implement a lot of these data centers like everywhere, fam. Like I think I talked to somebody last week. Shout out to you if you in the chat. I talked to somebody last week that actually works in the data center. So these things are going to become more and more commonplace as we move forward, right? Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, sharing the live. Let's get to 50K likes at least. Let's get to 50K likes by the time I'm off, right? So Bitcoin miners are also turning into AI companies. So the mining companies already own massive power contracts, and then warehouses full of machines. They got cooling infrastructures. They got, of course, the data centers. So those are the same, are perfect for AI computing. So the miners are pivoting, and this is the new business model that they have. They want revenue from AI companies, cloud computing, GPU hosting, right? And enterprise contracts. So Bitcoin becomes one revenue stream instead of the whole business, right? So why some investors are calling this why they suggest the margins are tight is because when companies give up their strategy because of pressure, it becomes way high, right? So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens to the price of Bitcoin, right? Why haven't update your post on TikTok? I think I just posted. I think I just posted on TikTok. Oh, you talking about Ash? You talking about Ash? Well, her page is complicated, fam. Her page is complicated, right? That's why we go live so often. Let me see what we got going on over here on YouTube. What's good? What's good? We got NY in the building. Shout out to NY. All right, so let's go to the next article. I got y'all. So the next article that I got is going to be talking about how 40% of the S&P, right, sits in just 10 stocks. Just 10 stocks, right? That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about it. So 40% of the S&P is sitting in just 10 stocks. So let's talk about it. So basically, what happened here is what are my notes? So 40% of the entire S&P 500 is controlled by just 10 companies, right? That's a big deal, right? The shit is supposed to represent 500 companies. But right now, this is a small group doing most of the work, doing most of the chugging, right? So think of it like this. So if the market were a school project with 500 students, only 10 kids are doing almost half the work. That's crazy, right? Right? So think of it like in school terms. Like if 500 kids are in the school doing a project, 10 of them are doing almost half of the work, fam. That's crazy. That should tell you, like, it's just super manipulated out here. It's just super manipulated. Why this is dangerous? Because if those few companies fall, the whole index will drop fast. This is why we tell y'all, fam. Like, we don't tell y'all what to do, but we trying to just give y'all options. So if you got 401ks, TSPs, 403bs, fam, you might be want to look into diversify. This is why we tell y'all, fam. We are in a certain type of zone where, of course, you know, the market could just keep going up, but that shit gonna come down at some point. It's gonna come down at some point. So that matters because trillions of dollars track the S&P 500 through retirement funds, pensions, ETFs, and hedge funds. So when it moves, the global financial system moves, right? The dam, man, he said the dam is breaking. Yeah, it's crazy, fam. It's crazy. So we're teetering on something different. We're teetering on something new, right? This is why we tell y'all, fam, diversify. And if you guys are trying to protect your 401ks, TSPs, you might qualify. Go to the link in the bio and hit the link that says, you know, retirement protection. So one company alone is huge. So for example, it makes up about 7.3% of the entire index by itself. That's enormous. So for comparison, most companies in the index barely move the needle. How this happened? Let's see how this all happened. Over the last 10 years, the big tech companies, the biggest tech companies kept winning, right? So the money kept flowing into them. The reasons include passive investing. So ETFs buying the biggest stocks automatically, and then the stock buybacks, and then, of course, the AI boom, which has been happening for the past couple years, and then the dominance of just tech companies in general. So the result was in 2015, the top 10 companies were about 19% of the index, right? Of the index. And then in 2025, they reached about 41%. That's extreme concentration. Why the experts are nervous is because historically, when markets get this concentrated, one of three things usually happens. And I'm going to go over all three scenarios. Scenario number one, the healthy outcome is that smaller companies start growing faster. The big companies stop dominating. So the market spreads out more evenly, right? It's more of an even playing field. And then the market can keep rising without crashing. That's the best case scenario, right? But we always want to look at every single scenario. So scenario two is the dangerous one, is the catch down. So the big companies will drop because they are so large and the entire market falls with them. For example, if the top companies drop even 20%, the index could drop around 7 to 8% immediately, fam. And that's before the panic selling begins, right? That's before all the panic selling, right? Shout out to y'all for running it up over there. We had 25,000 likes. Let's get over 50,000 likes, right? I'm putting y'all up on game, right? I took over Ash's page. She gave me the privilege to take over her page today, and entrusted me with her platform. So make sure y'all run it up over there. Let's keep running it up. All right. So scenario number three. And shout out to y'all over there on YouTube. I see y'all sharing the live over there. Shout out to y'all over there. Appreciate y'all. Smash that like button for sure. All right. So what did I say? Scenario number three. Oh, scenario number three, the bubble keeps going. So the biggest companies will keep winning, right? The money keeps pouring into them and the concentration gets even worse. That happened, right? That happened during certain eras, and we know that ended. So why this matters for Bitcoin is because you might think crypto is separate from stocks, but in reality, they are connected through global money flows. So when investors panic in stocks, they often sell everything, including cryptocurrency. So the data shows that Bitcoin's correlation with the stocks during stressful markets rises around to 0.4, 0.6. So that means they often move in the same direction. Why this is being watched closely right now is because the markets might be starting to shift. A new signal appeared in early 2026, and an equal weighted version of the S&P 500 is outperforming the normal version. So that means the smaller companies are starting to do better. This could mean the market is rebalancing. So it may not be necessarily a bad thing, but again, we don't know, right? Another clue is earnings. So the S&P 500 earnings could grow 15% in 2026, right? So we might see another leg up, another 15%. And growth may spread beyond the biggest tech firms. So if that happens, the concentration problem slowly fixes itself. So the hidden system risk is when too much money is concentrated, the market becomes fragile. So it's like a bridge trying to carry too much weight in one spot, right? If it cracks, the whole structure shakes, fam. If it cracks, the whole structure shakes. So why crypto traders are watching this is because crypto now sits in the small liquidity system as traditional markets. So large funds move between stocks, bonds, cryptos, commodities. So if risk appetite drops, crypto can drop as well. So just giving y'all the warning, fam. Just giving y'all the warning. It may go lower. We may see something that we never seen before. So we're gonna watch. But as over here in BlockNation, we try to give you as much news as possible when it comes to risk and protection. So what up though? We got Detroit over there. Shout out to the 313. We got Detroit over there. Shout out to my peoples over there in Detroit. What up though? The next article I wanted to touch on. Give me a second. I wanted to touch on this Binance. Situation. So Binance adds Ondo's tokenized stocks in the latest RWA push. So Binance, what's Binance doing over there? Over there? All right, so the crypto exchange Binance just added tokenized stocks from Ondo Finance to its platform. What's good, Easy? What's good? It's part of a growing trend called RWA, so real world assets. If you don't know, this means putting things like stocks, ETFs, bonds, commodities onto the blockchain. So the simple way to understand it is like, imagine if you could trade an Apple stock the same way you would trade crypto if you did not know what a tokenized stock is. So Binance launched 10 tokenized assets on the Binance Alpha platform. So this includes AAPLON. So that tracks the Apple stocks. You got NVDA on, which tracks NVIDIA. And then you got QQQ on, which tracks the Invesco QQQ Trust. So these tokens are designed to follow the price of the real assets. So if Apple goes up, the token should go up, right? The important detail here is that these are not available in the United States. They were approved by regulators in the Financial Services Regulatory Authority in Abu Dhabi. So that's why Binance can offer them over there. So what Binance Alpha is. So Binance Alpha is a newer area inside the Binance wallet that launched in 2024. So it's a testing ground for new cryptos. So it's not the same as regular spot trading, more like an on-chain discovery zone, right? And this matters so much because this is part of the bigger shift in finance. Instead of Wall Street controlling the assets, blockchain can represent them digitally, right? So this connects traditional finance and crypto markets into one system, right? Ondo is involved because Ondo Finance focuses specifically on bringing traditional financial products on chain. So they already work on things like tokenized U.S. treasuries, tokenized funds, on-chain yield products, etc. So now they got tokenized stocks. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure y'all running it up. Let's get over 50K likes. Appreciate y'all for the love. Appreciate y'all for the love on the chat for sure. Why crypto enthusiasts are excited is because tokenization could be one of the biggest markets in cryptocurrency, and then trillions of dollars of assets could move on chain. We've been telling y'all this for the past almost 4 years now. Everything is moving on chain. Real estate, stocks, bonds, commodities, etc. All of this shit is moving on chain, right? Please repeat. I came late. Oh, just go watch the replay. Go watch the replay. You can go watch the replay on YouTube. BlockNation Network. Go follow us on YouTube. Binance has been moving towards RWAs. That wasn't random because since 2025, Binance has been experimenting with tokenized finance, including tokenized money market funds, tokenized treasury funds, gold and silver futures in crypto. And then one example includes work connected to BlackRock treasury products. And the important history is that Binance tried something similar back in 2021, right? Coinbase and MicroStrategy, but regulators pushed back, so they stopped. Now they're trying it again with regulatory approval first. So this is huge, fam. This is huge. This is huge. This is not something we could just be looking at and just being like, all right, this is whatever. Nah, this is big. This is big. This is a game changer, right? So the more tokenized, the more stocks get tokenized, the better it's going to be for everybody, fam. The better it's going to be, and it's the easy, and the more money is just going to flow into the blockchain, and we'll be able to move things on chain, and it'll become more easier, right? These are the types of moments we've been waiting for, right? But everything, is in time, Like I said before, like we always talk about, these legacy markets are not just going to give it up just like that. These legacy markets are going to be like, yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So they taking a sweet ass time, but at the same time, it gives you the opportunity to stack as much as you can, one, and two, educate yourself, and three, put your peoples on, put your peoples on, or the ones that will listen, right? Shout out to y'all if you've been putting y'all peoples on for sure. So just to continue with what's going on, we're gonna watch that for sure. But the next thing I wanted to go over was Vitalik Buterin, right? So he sold 17,000 Ethereum in 1 month, yo. 17,000 Ethereum in 1 month. Think about that, right? So why did he do that? Let's get into it in 1 second. So he sold 17,000 Ethereum in the past month after setting aside roughly $45 million for privacy technology. At the current prices, that's roughly $30 million in Ethereum sold recently, right? Vitalik isn't panic selling. So he announced earlier that he's allocating 16,384 Ethereum to fund projects focused on privacy, open source infrastructure, secure hardware, and verifiable software. So the selling appears to be tied to funding those initiatives. So he says, how they know this is because blockchain analytics from Arkham Intelligence tracked wallets associated with him. Holdings dropped from roughly 241,000 to 224,000 during February. And how he sold the Ethereum, instead of dumping everything on an exchange, the sales went through COW protocol, so COW protocol. So this spreads trades into smaller swaps. So this matters because it reduces the market slippage and it avoids the crash in price. So it's kind of like a controlled demolition that he did, right? For Ethereum, because he didn't want to like be like, all right, I'm gonna sell 30 million, put it on Coinbase or put it on Binance, and that's it. Nah, he wanted to put it through a protocol, DeFi protocol. That's why we tell y'all, understand what DeFi is, fam, right? So it hides the exact timing of the trades. And then large holders almost always do this anyway. And then the bigger mission behind what he's doing is he said he wants to build an open source tech stack that protects people in both the digital and real world environments. So that includes cryptographic tools, privacy infrastructure, secure hardware, and verifiable software systems. Essentially, privacy first internet infrastructure. He said he's doing this personally. So the Ethereum's foundation is entering what they call a period of mild artistry. So meaning that the less spending from the foundation. So he's personally stepping to fund some initiatives. So we're gonna watch this too. So make sure you guys are getting it right. Make sure you guys are understanding what DeFi is. Like I said, shout out to everybody that was in class the other day. You guys will get access to the call that we do on Wednesdays tomorrow. If you did not get the link and you signed up for the class the other day, please let me know. Please let us know so we can make sure that you are in on that call tomorrow, regardless if you're in the DeFi Patreon or not. Fam, make sure you guys get it going. All right. So the next thing I wanted to go over, because I got a few more things to share, got a few more things to go over for sure. And shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all running it up. We almost have 50K. That's what I'm talking about over there on TikTok. We almost have 50K. Let's get over. Let's keep pushing. Right? Because if Kween was here, y'all would be pushing. Let's keep pushing. All right. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for pushing through. We're gonna talk about WisdomTree. Shout out to WisdomTree. WisdomTree gets SEC approval for round-the-clock trading of tokenized MMF. Woo, man, tokenization taking form here. So basically, what happened here is that asset manager WisdomTree just got approval from the SEC to allow 24/7 trading of a tokenized money market fund. So the fund is called WisdomTree Treasury Money Market Digital Fund. This is a huge step towards traditional finance moving on blockchain rails. So if you don't know what a money market fund is, it's basically, a place where big investors park cash safely, right? So the fund invests in things like short-term U.S. Department of Treasury bills, government debt, ultra-safe financial instruments. And the goal is to protect the money, earn small interest, and stay stable around the $1 per share. So what makes this one different is because normally these funds operate like traditional markets with limited hours, low settlement, banks in the middle. Now you're talking about trading 24 hours a day, settle instantly, and then using the blockchain as the catalyst for all these transactions. That's big structural change overall, right? So that means we got to put some rules in place. What's good, Kurt? I see Kurt is in the chat. Shout out to Kurt. TikTok, right? So the key innovation here is that investors can now buy shares anytime, sell anytime, and receive yield continuously instead of waiting days for settlements. Why the SEC approval matters is because the SEC allowed this under a special exemption inside the Investment Act of 1940. This is important because crypto companies usually fight regulators, right? Here, the product is fully inside the legal system. It's fully inside of it. So that makes the institutions more comfortable. And then how the trading works is because instead of, the exchange matching buyers and sellers, a broker holds inventory of the fund, And then that broker is WisdomTree Securities. So when someone wants to buy or sell, the broker executes the trade directly. So this is called dealer principal model. And then another major detail within this, they are settling using USD coin, right? Meaning stable coins are quietly being integrated in regulated finance. We told y'all, fam, USDC, fam, is that one. They that one. We've told y'all 2-3 years ago that USDC circle was going to be that one. And then you're talking about continuous yield, right? So one very interesting feature is that the fund calculates dividends constantly. So if you hold tokens for 2 hours, 5 hours, 1 day, you could earn proportional yield. That's very different from traditional funds. And why the institutions love this type of stuff is because traditional finance, they hate that slow settlement, and they locked in for a certain amount of hours just for trading, and then the counterparty risk. So the blockchain fixes all of these issues. And then the benefits include instant settlement, transparent records, global accessibility, etc. Right? The tokenized treasury boom just isn't one company. It's the whole damn sector. The whole damn sector is going to explode, fam. Come on, fam. What's good, Sid? I see you, fam. I see you, fam. Yeah. We smoking on that tokenized treasury pack, fam. Like let's do that. We're gonna get that. The BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, the bank above all the central banks all over the world, right? Is tokenized market money funds. They grew from about 770 million to nearly $9 billion, fam. 9 billion. We went from 770 million to 9 billion. Damn, fam. That's a 10x, fam. More than a 10x. That's crazy, fam. That's crazy. That's massive growth. It's a lot of whole lot of money, fam. Whole lot of money. So the largest is being BlackRock, of course. You know they got the fund Build, BUIDL. Then you got Franklin Templeton with FOBXX. That's 901 million. The Build BlackRock is 2.17 billion. And then you got WisdomTree in third, the same company that we're talking about right now, right? With 730 million. And their fund is called WTGXX. Why this sector suddenly exploded is because a major reason is that the law passed in 2025, the Genius Act. This law banned interest-bearing stablecoins in the U.S., so investors needed another way to earn yield on chain. Tokenized fund filled the gap. What do we tell y'all? They're going to find a way around, fam. So what Congress is debating now, you know, with the Clarity Act is they're working on it. A key question is, should stablecoins be allowed to generate yield? Like we told y'all, listen, they're not gonna make it easy for y'all to earn yield. So get the yield while you can. Get into DeFi while you can. Not financial advice, but you know, some of y'all already doing it. Some of y'all already making those moves. Why crypto people like this as well is because Wall Street is moving on chain, fam. Wall Street is moving on chain, and then crypto is becoming the infrastructure of finance. So while everybody's like, oh my God, Trump is doing this, or Trump is, you know, tokenizing his hotels and stuff like that, he's showing you to play, fool, right? And I get it, yo. He be doing a lot of foul shit, right? But when it comes to stuff moving on chain, that's inevitable. So it's beyond Trump. We're talking about the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements. That's the bank that rules all the central banks all over the world. So whatever they say is law, fam. It's law. So it's time to get on the board, right? It's time to get, you know, your head out of the gutter. If you are in the gutter, it's time to get off the fence and pick a side, fam. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Cecil says, sounds like they have moved a large amount of funds from TradeFi to DeFi. Yeah. Exactly. Kurt said money markets, treasuries are the first assets to get tokenized. Sure is. Whole lot of money there, right, Kurt? Whole lot of money. Make sure y'all double tapping the screen. Make sure y'all sharing the live. Shout out to everybody that's double tapping the screen, sharing, pushing the live. I think I got one more article to go through. I think it's one more. Appreciate y'all for running it up. You know what I'm saying? Kween is traveling today. She should be back. Regular schedule program tomorrow, right? Us both being on. Yo, man, but I couldn't go a day without, you know, putting y'all on to what's going on right here, fam. The last article I wanted to go over is So this one right here. So Better Framework Ventures reached $500 million stablecoin mortgage financing deals, right? And shout out to Mia in the chat. I think Mia may be in the chat. I'm not sure if she is. She put us on several weeks ago and told us that they was doing this stuff. So Better Framework Ventures reached $500 million deal, fam. $500 million deal. What's good, Preston? I see you, fam. Over there on YouTube, Arizona passed the bill, added XRP to its strategic reserves. Okay. All right. So what's happening over here? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Appreciate everybody that's here, right? Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. Make sure you guys are sharing the live. Make sure you guys are pushing the live forward, man. Right? We don't go nowhere without you guys sharing the message, sharing the information, fam. So a mortgage company called Better.com made a deal with crypto investment firm Framework Ventures to access up to $500 million using stablecoins. The money will help fund home loans in the United States. So this is a major step in connecting crypto money with real world housing, fam. Real world housing. So the system they're using, the funding comes from something called Sky ecosystem. So Sky is the newer version of the system that originally came from MakerDAO, right? MakerDAO. We talked about DAOs yesterday, decentralized autonomous organizations, and how those things are going to be more so implemented into these companies, into these ecosystems. And then that system issues stable coins backed by crypto collateral. So think of it like a crypto bank vault that creates digital dollars, fam. Come on, fam. Come on. It is way too easy to see where this is going. So how this structure works is that Framework provides access to capital inside the Sky ecosystem. So better than using the capital to originate mortgages, approve borrowers, and manage the loans. In the system, Better is labeled a star, meaning it's a trusted borrower inside the ecosystem. Why this is a huge deal? Because, this is a part of the real world asset trend, right? RWAs. And then crypto is trying to finance things like homes, government bonds, stocks, commodities, etc. So instead of crypto money just sitting in trading markets, what makes this one different is because the mortgage themselves are not being turned into tokens yet. Instead, crypto capital is funding traditional loans behind the scenes. So the blockchains act as the funding rail, not the mortgage itself. Woo! And then the blockchain is what? Immutable, it's transparent, right? So we'll be able to see the transactions and all that. So why venture capital is interested? Because according to Framework co-founder Vance Spencer, this could eventually scale mortgage lending. For one, it could lower borrowing costs, and then it could create new liquidity sources. Woo! Traditional market mortgage funding can be slow and expensive. So crypto already moves 24/7, fam, globally. And then the founder of Better says that this is a first of its kind. The CEO said that they are first conforming mortgage originator using tokenized capital at the institutional scale. So that means a regulated mortgage lender using crypto capital pools. The Federal House Finance Agency has already asked Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to study how crypto assets. Excuse me, I got something to drink. Woo, hold up. Throat was getting a little parched. So the Federal Housing Finance Agency has already asked Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to study how crypto assets could be considered in mortgage applications already. So that's a signal regulators see this coming. They just see it coming. And then mortgage lender Nurez is also exploring how crypto holdings is underwriting, meaning your Bitcoin and crypto portfolio to help qualify you for a loan in the future. Woo! Damn, fam. And then the bigger trend is, RWAs, fam. So we're gonna watch this closely because this could legitimize DeFi even more. It seems like it anyway. Increase demand for stable coins, and then bring that institutional money where? On chain. That institutional money is pushing on chain. So fam, that is all that we had today. that is all I have for you today. Appreciate y'all for, coming in and building with us and coming in and getting this game for sure. Like I said before, Kween is traveling. Appreciate y'all for showing up. We got over 72K likes. That's what I'm talking about. We got to get back to that 100 threshold. So, definitely stay tuned in. We appreciate every single one of y'all. For, like I said earlier, for those that was in class the other day, you should have got your email. You should have got your email with the replay, 1, and 2, with the call that we are doing on Wednesday. So if you have any questions, if you were in class yesterday, you will be able to come into tomorrow's call at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and ask more questions, right? So we opened it up for people that was in class. So, fam, take advantage of these opportunities, right? Take advantage of this. Shout out to my peoples. We are currently using Coinbase value for the crypto value. It's already here. Woo! Shout out to my peoples in the chat. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, fam. So it's here. And for those that want a free trust, right? I'm doing calls today. All right. I'm doing calls for the rest of the week, right? Jump on this before they get rid of it, right? Go to the link in the bio or go to the description in the bio, put your information in. If you want a free trust, this is probably the easiest way you can get a trust that I've seen thus far without spending mad money with a lawyer, right? So take advantage of it while it's here. And for everybody else, I'm trying to see if there was something else. Zebec Canton. Yeah. A lot of these companies, you're gonna see a lot of them merging together, fam. You're gonna see a lot of them merging together. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. But for anybody else, for anybody that hit me up during a live, I'm gonna hit you up as soon as I get off a live, right? Because I just seen my phone go off. I seen somebody send some emails and stuff. I got y'all. Just give me about like 20-30 minutes. I got y'all. When is the new year? Oh, it's coming up. Does the link for tomorrow say the community goes live at 3:59? No. You're talking about, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, March. Oh yeah. When a new year? Put it in the chat. When's the new year? When's the real new year? Ain't it like ain't it like the end of the month? End of next month. We almost there. April 1st, right? Appreciate y'all. So for those that want to be in the free trust class later, make sure you go to the link in the bio or fill out the form. And what I was talking about earlier with the 401ks and all that stuff like that, fam, protect yourself. We don't know where the stock market gonna go, fam. It could keep pushing up or it could drop, fam. We don't know, right? So just look into your options. Go to the link in the chat that says free. What does it say? Oh, retirement protection. So appreciate y'all still doing the trust. Yeah. Go to the link in the bio or hit me up. Go to the link in the bio and fill out the form that says free trust class, right? And you'll be able to pop in. But appreciate y'all. We might be on later, not sure. If some stuff comes out, for sure. But I wanted to give y'all a heavy dosage, before the day was out. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. As always, we almost got to 80K. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, y'all stay healthy. Y'all stay healthy spiritually. Y'all stay healthy mentally. Y'all stay healthy physically, right? We're going to win, fam. We're going to win. As long as we got the right mindset, as long as you got the right, mental food, as long as you saying your affirmations, as long as you manifesting what you want in this life, we're going to win, fam. We're going to win, right? At the end of the day, your higher self and, God is gonna protect you, fam. Right? So if you play the video game accordingly, you'll win the video game. Don't turn the video game off. Don't give up. All right. So appreciate y'all. Love, life.